Commit surrender to your divinity within. And then you'll see a better way. Things you don't need will fall away. Your eyes will open and you'll say, I am divine. I am divine. It's always been there. It will never go away. I am divine. Oh, I am divine. I am divine. It's always been there. It will never go away. I am divine. It's always been there. It will never go away. I am divine.
Be very clear coming here.
Yeah. Well, she offered.
Yeah, well, that'd be the first step.
Maybe I could say her. She offered, so I could say her.
Yeah.
They're gonna go in there.
Yep. Huge. Well, hello everyone. I think we're live.
Okay, live it is.
Amazing. This was the first day that there was no tech problems. Just so smooth.
Huh.
What
Yeah.
a coinky dink.
Welcome, everybody. Great to have you on the
Yes.
call.
Welcome, Tiffany,
Yeah,
Eric, Gilbert, LK,
Shannon, Paul,
Shannon.
Michael. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go. Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo! So we had a decision was made yesterday.
Yeah, which one?
With
Made a couple.
yeah, the one with the team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So just came to the realization that when we decided to shift everything, put divinity first, I'm divinity, all that, it's like now we were only dealing with clients that were going through the process, but realized that there were still some team members on the in the system that weren't putting divinity number one.
Or at all.
Yeah, true. Not even on the list, actually.
Yeah,
Not even on the list.
Yeah,
So,
not even on the list.
and these were people, we've known them for a few months now. They're working with us, came to be like family. But yesterday it became really clear. It was like, okay, well, if we're holding ourselves and everyone in the system to the standard, then that's got to be with the team too. So Will did a nice call with everyone and just gave them the option to go through the process or not. And sure enough, it was about 80% said no. 85. So
Yeah.
most said no, which was very clear because there was some like dragging energy going on.
Heavy energy.
Some heavy that I was trying to identify, and then it hit me with, holy shit, like not everyone's
Not even close.
not even close. Some were very not open at all.
Yeah.
But it was awesome how clear it was presenting it that way, like giving them the option to do the process or not, and most just straight up no.
Yeah.
Just nope, not gonna go there.
So they're in the wrong system to begin with.
Yeah.
And they're not helpful for us. No matter what role they have inside the system.
Yeah. So just as one example, every time we do the live stream, there's some type of tech thing, like something's not working, whatever. few minutes pass, they get it working. But today, smooth, super smooth,
itself. Yeah.
super smooth.
Yeah. So
So that's exciting.
yeah, yeah, and it's like cutting the dead weight. To be
Yeah.
slim and trim. I did that in 2014, I think. I had a major contract with Research in Motion. I had a bunch of people working for me. One doing this and another doing that, and it's like one person could do it all, if that kind of thing. And just cut the fat.
Yes, there was some fat.
Yeah.
Purification for sure.
Yes, purification.
So I'm really excited about how I mean, we're getting a little spoiled now because everyone around us is now in that.
Yeah, in that light, in
Yeah.
that energy.
Yeah.
And
There's a far cry from, previous years where everyone
oh,
around us is not.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see as we see this mushrooming, which it is. I just see it ready to explode, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cutting the ego, Paul says. That's exactly right.
yeah, that is exactly it. Oh,
Cutting the ego and not supporting it. Because we were supporting many people in the system that were in the ego, and it's like, why are we supporting that? And it's like there was no movement in those.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and like such light energy as you envision. No, it's different. Sure. So yeah, that's we're back to the base level and away we go.
Mm-hmm.
So glad you're on the call. As part of that cleansed process.
Yes.
So, um, so it's certainly exciting where we're going. I'm working on some things, and Jamie alluded to it a few times on me. Um, 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 about where I was.
I don't normally allude. It's normally pretty direct.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to spook people. Many are.
Oh, here we go again.
So Jamie had found we had been working off a Dr. Hawkins chart of levels of consciousness, and being
You got to start here, man. I mean, there's new people on the call. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. You go right ahead.
and
Sure.
you interrupted me, okay? I can't even remember where I was.
Conscious chart.
Oh yeah, conscious chart.
I know where you were going.
Yeah.
Chart beyond the chart.
Yeah. Well, the 0 to 1,000.
Huh.
Okay. And we were just watching a few tidbits of Dr. Hawkins this morning here, and talking about
See what you did now? Not even in the first 5 minutes here, bud.
So we were working to, to get people to 700, and it was the conscious to 1,000. And somebody, Jamie or somebody, found this chart that.
I think that was Will. Will, did you find that?
Yeah, did you find it? And I had been working off 1,000 for quite a while, actually, even though it's deemed practically impossible by some standards, most standards. And then found this chart. And I remember, well, I was in Vancouver. I think it was, so it'd probably be four years ago. I was doing my divine focus, and I listened very intently to messages, and I can pick up the difference between the ego energy and the divine. And what I'm going to say, it took me, well, it took me 3 weeks to write it. And it took me about 2 months to say it. This message that I got directly from the divine. And here's what it was. Don, you are God. Yeah. And it was like I said, it took me 3 weeks to even write it out, write it. And I didn't realize the impact that had, and I didn't realize that we all are at the time. So, and just having that awareness, and there's one thing to say your divinity and whatever, but it's another thing to say, God, I'm God. Okay, done. Let's get this show on the road. And so that went on for 4 or 5 years, until 4 years or so, until this chart. You want to throw that up, Will? And none of the, like, we were watching something this morning, and they were saying that anyone under 200 on the conscious scale, and we're starting here at 600, which is enlightenment. But the other chart is like anyone under 200, as Dr. Hawkins says, does not have the ability to recognize a miracle. Isn't that crazy? So anyone under 200, under that red line of 200.
Which is 85% of the population, by the way.
Is it 85?
85%.
85%.
Below 200.
Can't recognize a miracle even when they see it.
Yeah, he said they can't experience it or witness them.
Right.
However, there are the moments where, so someone at under 200 could have that, like,
near-death experience,
or come to God moment, like, oh,
Yeah.
God, just, if you save me from this one,
yeah, just
I'm all
get me out of this, and I'll
give my life to you,
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So they can jump up in a second over 200 and then witness that. But
anybody can jump to any level. Anybody, based on something that might happen to them. But most people are trained to go, like the whole humanity has been going slowly, like 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 5 points. We were talking 200 to 700. And to have 114 people, that's 700. And we had a couple of times, we took groups of 10, 12, 14, and they all measured, a minimum of 700 when we were finished. And then they just fizzled out, stopped doing things, went back to their old ways, all of that. Yeah, and so anyway, this is what we were dealing with, and it's like, okay, 700 to 1,000, ineffable. Let's do this. I remember we were driving somewhere in Mexico. Was it Mexico?
Cabo, yeah.
Yeah, Cabo, when we were listening to Hawkins, and he was talking about the and it's like, okay, 700 is. Let's get them to 700. Make sure we're at 700. And get them to 700. But then I started being downloaded with this energy of like these messages. Yeah, they are messages. God speaks to me. He'll speak to you if you're listening. And whatever that God is for you, I know what it is for me. And the messages are very, very clear. Like I'd have to be deaf to not hear them. And then I just move forward with it. And so I was focusing on 1,000. Yeah, I thought, you know what? 100 and what is it? 114 at 700. I thought, well, I can get to 1,000. Buddy here can get to 1,000. You know, that'll change those numbers quite a bit, because the higher you go, the more it is. And then, about a month ago or so, this chart got found.
Yeah.
Of which I didn't know existed. No idea. And I'm thinking, 1,000 plus. 1,250. 50,000 for Archangel. Okay, Supreme Godhead. Okay, there it is. Done. Supreme Godhead I am. And I've been holding that since I saw. And thinking, hey, it only takes Jamie and I. Surely 50,000 plus times 2 can shift augment. But I want you guys to come along. Yeah, for sure. Like, and I don't want to talk to Jamie all the time.
But you don't have to.
What? No, you don't have to. No, it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. But I will say I do need somebody beside me. Okay, Don. Yeah, like, there's the keys. That's the key to the car. Like, I'm exaggerating a bit, but somewhere along that line, just be in a totally different dimension.
Well, before we get too deep here, I want to respect the new people on the call and give them a little intro.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Go for it, Will. For those of you who have seen this, go ahead and do your divine focus for the next 8 minutes.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Don Smith. That's Don with 2 N's. And I'm here to share with you what I've developed over 44 years that I call IAMDIVINITY. I say that I am divinity because I'm divine and so are you. No matter what you've done and what you haven't done, you are divine, you always were, and you always will be. And it gets all covered up. And so all of those trips to the personal developments and all of those things, and they don't hold. And did you ever question yourself? Instead of just going back and getting the next one and the next one and the next one, and none of them hold? Well, there's a reason for that. A very big reason is because you're working at a belief level of who you think you are. That's what beliefs are, both negative and positive. They're who we think we are. So going from a negative belief to a positive belief is not the answer whatsoever. It's about the knowing of who we truly are. There's knowing. It isn't a belief. And so all of these ideas of doing this and all of those trips to the wherevers, it's like dealing with a piece of something. But this is not a piece of anything. This is the total knowing of who you are. And what I've developed over this 44 years is a process that's instant and it's permanent. Now, the permanent comes in by you doing something for holding it. But I'm telling you, there's people have this for years, and it's instant. And how do I say that with such boldness? Well, put it in the category of a phobia. 90% of the population has a phobia of something. Bugs, snakes, rats, heights, water, whatever. And my question to you is, how long did it take for you to create that phobia? Yes, you're right. 1 instant. And yet everybody questions me about that. And yet that's all it took. 1 instant. So now what I did was I reverse engineered near-death experiences and phobias to find out how they worked, and I reverse engineered it. So if you can create a phobia in a second, and most times it's before the age of reason, which is 4, 5, 6. Think about that. At that young of an age, that in 1 second you created a lifetime phobia. Well, it's a lifetime phobia because you're holding on to it for protection. That's how the ego works. It's going to get you to hold on to something that's harmful for you so it can keep you aware in case it happens again. That's how toxic your ego is. And it's not your ego, it's the ego. Sorry, my mistake. Because you are much more than an ego. And so what it's about is if you create it in a second, why would it take any longer than a second to reverse it if you knew how you did it? That's what I do. That's one of the pieces. And then the other is the permanentness of it all. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. What color are your eyes? What color are those eyes of yours? Now you tell me how long you've had that color. Yeah, your whole life. That's permanent. Would you agree? But look at the permanentness of a phobia. You had it from age 4 to 84. That's 80 years. You'd think that was permanent. But it was created in a second, and you can reverse it in a second. So it's not. That's what I'm saying. So that's what we're talking about. Something that's instant, something that's permanent, and it's about who you truly are. Your divinity, your divine. Don't ever forget it. Always remember it. And all of these other things are happening because you have an attachment to the personal development system of beliefs and changing a belief from a negative to a positive. It's not going to hold. It will not hold. Yes, there will be improvements. Congratulations on doing that. That's searching. I'm talking about a shift from this to a shift from this. Who we're not to who we are. And then doing a simple exercise. Takes 5 minutes, 3 times a day to hold it. And there you have it. That's it. That's who you are. That's why it's like the color of your eyes. The color of your eyes has been that way all this time, and you still have that color. Well, it's the same. Who you truly are is permanent. Who your beliefs are not, because it's not true. No matter how much you believe, the negative or the positive about those beliefs, they're false. And so, I'm here to share with you to go on a journey under 2 hours. Now I'm talking about, like I've worked with 15 different pro athletes or Olympians, okay? That's just in sports. And then mega billionaires, millionaires, and health, cancer. You know, one guy, yeah, I met him in the garbage room in Vancouver. I opened up the door and there he is. And he's so gray and he's humped over and he's like, you think he was going to die any second. I said, holy shit, man, you don't look too good. What's going on? He said, oh, I got prostate cancer. I've had it for 16 months. I've had 32 radiation treatments. And I don't know how much time I have. I said, don't listen to that bullshit. Can I ask you a few questions? Within that 15 minutes, I had asked him all these questions. And all I knew about him was his name was Al. 3 weeks later, I get a call from him. This same guy. He said, hi, Don, this is Al Valjanic. I met you in the garbage room 3 weeks ago. Yeah? Well, I don't have any cancer. Now, I could fill this room with those stories. Fill this room with those stories. And you can access this magnificent, powerful, divine energy called IAMDIVINITY. And what's natural about it, it matches who you truly are. That's the key. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting? that you will know who you are, and it will override and supersede who you think you are. Now, if you're tied up with that persona that you've developed, in a second, I might add, and kept it all this time, like I just worked with a guy that when he was 9, his mom died, and he decided to harden his heart. And he hardened his heart the next 40 years. And that's what all his issues were about. We went back, cleaned that up, boom, it's gone. All the symptoms were all gone. That's how easy it is, and that's how simple this is. So if you want to continue with your hard work and all of those kind of things, and going back and paying for this again, that again, and this again, and the counseling and the therapy and coaching and all of that, go ahead, by all means. But if you want to be free, free to be you, free to be who you truly are, and those eyes, every time you look in the mirror, it will remind you how magnificent you are. And that's how this process is about, whether it's in an individual or whether it's in group. And I welcome you to join us in this journey of raising humanity's consciousness from its existing 210 to 700. That's right, you heard it right. 210 to 700. So it's an awesome journey. We're looking for 100 that are willing to go to 700 to raise humanity's consciousness. So I welcome you, and I'll see you on our journey. Yes.
So back to God, I am God. So, well, I remember the first time you told me. It was shortly after the process, and I was like, "Damn, okay." Like, you didn't seem like you were lying about anything up until then. So what was I gonna call bullshit on that?
Right.
But it wasn't until another maybe year and a half when we were down in Cabo. So you first told me in Vancouver,
Okay, yeah.
and then we went down to Cabo, and buddy Tom flew in, and he asked you, like, Don, what's the one thing that you learned over your lifetime, you know? We were at the dinner table, and Don goes, "Wow, this took me 3 weeks to write in my journal, but that I'm God." And Tom's like, what do you mean? You're like, well, like, I'm God, but you were created by God, and Jamie was created by God, and Ceci was created by God. And I remember just in my head, I got the hit, and it was like, fuck you, Don, I'm God too. But I didn't challenge you at the time. But that was funny, yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. So there've been some pretty sharp curves, deep dives. And basically what it was for me is getting used to listening to that divine voice and separating it out from the ego trying to whisper, like to separate them out, that it's effing impossible to just to have them the same. They're that dramatically different. And so listening with a of a knowing what is being said to me, to never question. It's just, that's it. And so still doesn't stop me from being a little cautious when I get something like Supreme Godhead to okay, this is beyond anything like beyond. But at the same time, there's some things that allowed me to be more open and receptive, such as when I was with the extraterrestrials, when I was with the ETs. And, you know, I was in they created like, put me in a spaceship, and it made it sound like my McLaren Roadster. And we zipped through the stratosphere of everywhere. And it's like, yeah, that was pretty full on real. You know, like that was, you know, and just these experiences, like, for example, and I just be this download of things. And it was like, there's one lady that I forget what her name is, but I call her Eve.
A day.
A day. I call her Eve. And so I called her once. Said, Eve, I'm going to do something. I'd like you to be part of it. And she said, what's that? Well, I want to reverse the whole Garden of Eden original sin. Yeah, I want to go back. I want you to come with me, and you're going to be Eve, and I'm going to be Adam, and we're going to reverse this darkness that landed on the planet. She said, okay. So we did that. We went back and did the whole reverse of the whole original sin. Yeah, eliminated it completely. So I haven't seen much of the side effects of that yet. That's been 3 or 4 years, would it be? Remember we did it out at what do you call it there? The Ranchero.
You didn't, no, not with her. You met her in Bali.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we met her, but it was later, and we did it on.
In Cabo. We were here. But anyway, it was maybe a year and a half, a year.
Right.
No, I think what you're recalling is the that day we were out in Cabo, and
Yeah.
what's it called, the hacienda.
Yeah, hacienda.
And we said, oh, what are we gonna do today? It's like, oh, you know what we got to do? Why don't we bring the whole collective ego through the process? And so I was the volunteer for the entire
Oh, yeah.
collective ego. That one took a little courage.
Yeah, so we've been doing some pretty
Yeah.
full on out there.
Yeah, but the one with Eve, it couldn't have been more than a year or two at the max.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because we were already in Philippines, then went to Bali where we met her
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's exciting to have so many on the call and getting used to this and having this come to fruition of us shifting humanity to 700. Because once that happens.
And we're taking the pressure off of you.
Yeah, right.
You don't even have to do it.
No, it's not mandatory at all. Oh.
We were talking yesterday. I was like, okay, what would, if that was the goal for us to hold that, then what would we do for, you know, this system, like even if no one showed up type thing, like what would we do for us? So we're committed to this live stream because we figured, hey, even if we're talking to ourselves,
yeah, even if there's no one listening. Yeah, we get a chance, 2 hours bantering back and forth.
Yeah,
and
give each other updates.
Yeah. With some wonderful, and it's great to have the feedback.
Yeah.
People on the call and listening.
And don't get me wrong, we love having you guys
Yes.
here and coming with us.
Yes.
But just all the pressure has been taken off from you.
Yeah.
Whatever you would decide to do, it's all good. We're still going to be able to complete
Whether you
the
do,
mission.
whether you don't,
Yeah.
it's all good. But the objective is to raise humanity's consciousness to 700. Done and done. Yeah.
Tiffany has a good one, and it's very much in line with what we're saying. So as much as I love this and it's such a part of me now, I hesitate to invite anyone to these calls because those people are so different than us or so religious. I wouldn't hesitate to invite them to the process, but I think these calls would freak them out before they had a chance to experience it.
Yeah.
See, there you go again, scaring everyone away, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, what comes up for me, Tiffany, is that, and especially after 4 years of, you let Janet in? 4 years of talking to everyone that I knew, and even if they had 1% like interest, I would take that as far as I could go. But what I've uncovered is that, number one, you can't say like the wrong thing to the right person. If they're ready, they come to they're gonna love it, or they're gonna hate it. But it's such a clear filter, and I don't think it has much to do with what we're saying. I was watching a movie earlier today because now I'm on the wake up at 3 a.m. program. So like I got a lot of time till 10 a.m. This is crazy. And it was just like a rom-com, and the lady had found this guy in town. He was like the successful guy in town, and she really wanted to make him her boyfriend.
Right.
Okay, so she's going after this guy, and she's got her whole team of friends, like scouting him out, finding out all his interests, so that she could show up to these dates with knowing everything that he likes and pretending that she likes it too, and all that. And he ends up becoming her boyfriend. And then as she's in this relationship, it starts to unravel that she's like, this guy doesn't like anything about the real me because I was so like fake and pretending that I had all these interests that he had.
Right.
And so what hit me really strongly, because I had a tough one with that with family and people before, is like, I would rather be hated for who I truly am than loved for who I'm not.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And so that's why we decided to do these, and we're just sharing where we're at. And I told Don that yesterday because he was still like, I don't know, like for example, the Supreme Godhead. Like, it's probably going to be a year before I share that one. I'm like, Don, like, there's no point of holding 1% back. Like, we may as well just put it all out there, and the ones that love us will love it, and the ones that don't, they're going to run away. We've seen plenty of those examples anyways. So it's like, we'd rather them run away immediately off the bat than be lukewarm through the process and then, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So that's my feedback on that, Tiffany. It's like, if you're loving being here with us, then this, like you said, is a big part of you. And the people that are in alignment with that in your life will love it as well, and the ones that don't won't. But
and then usually how it'll start is, wow, Tiffany, there's something different about you since the last time I saw you. What is it? And what you need to know, that person is open. That's what that is.
So here's a good one you can play with. Tiffany says she's a little afraid of being judged.
Oh, a little afraid of being judged. Oh, so may I ask you a couple of questions, Tiffany?
Here we go again.
Yeah, so I was thinking about asking, and I was like, I don't want to go through the process about me being afraid of being judged. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I said, let's do this.
Perfect, Tiffany. That's awesome, because this is what I really love, is that back and forth with somebody rather than just saying things. It's a totally different system. It's like now I'm just doing what I do.
And just before you start, I recall that movie I was just watching, because what ended up happening is that she was so worried about this guy loving her that she was this complete different person. And then when she finally started unraveling who she truly was to him, he didn't like it at all.
Wasn't interested.
Wasn't interested, and she realized that it's like, how am I going to get love from like this whole fake personality that she created?
Yeah.
You know, like what? So anyway.
So how many have been had a fake personality? How many had a fake who you thought you were? And what this is
Eric knew the movie. Yeah, Players. That's the one. That's awesome. Wow, that's impressive, Eric. You're pretty in tune, bud, because I didn't give much of the storyline. That's awesome.
Right. So coming back to Tiffany. So what was it you said?
Scared of being judged.
Oh yeah.
A little.
A little. See, it doesn't matter whether it's like a 0.5% or 99 3/4.
Yeah, that's true, because I was like, if he asks me how much, like, yeah, you're right.
It's either I'm in this system or I'm in this system.
Yeah.
There is no that, like yesterday they were talking about growth. This is not growth. This is not growth. I'm either fully aware I'm divine or I'm not. I'm not 28% divine. I am 100% divine, and now I know I'm divine. There is no gradation to this. It is not growth. It's not at all. So does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep. Lights either
Definitely.
on or off.
So you're still afraid of being judged?
A little.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah,
What?
because I
No,
posted.
no. Yeah, it's good enough.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
need it.
for sure.
Okay. So what's the worst thing about being judged?
What is the worst thing about being judged?
Get out of your head. Give me the answer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the end. I mean, I am unloved or whatever, but okay, so people would think I'm weird.
And then what?
What's wrong with that?
Okay, they're going to judge you. That means you're weird. Then they're going to do what?
I guess it boils down to then they won't want to be my friend.
Tiffany?
It won't work
Yeah,
either.
okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So
But I honestly don't care about that. So it's weird to
Wait
say.
now. You're telling me two different things.
I know. I feel it.
Yeah. So it's either I'm afraid of being judged,
Uh-huh.
then they won't be my friend. Correct?
Yeah.
And what would you lose if they weren't your friend?
Nothing.
No bullshit. What would you lose if they were no longer your friend? Tiffany, get out of your head.
Yeah, I can't. What would I lose? Okay, hold on. Let me think about somebody closer to me, because these two particular people that wrote me last night, I could care less. So let me think about like a close friend.
Yeah,
What would
I
I
do.
lose if she wasn't my friend?
Well, you
I
already
guess
said it.
I would
Anyway, go on.
I would feel lonely.
Ah. So what need is that?
Like worthy?
Ah. Now, if they're not your friend, you're telling me one thing, but you got two needs mixed up here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
One is
Okay.
love, and one's worth. They're not going to be
Okay.
your friend. That's love.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they're, I forget, there was something else you said earlier that it could have been worth. Okay. And that's what
Okay.
I'm trying to distinguish for you, whether it's love or worth.
Okay.
So if you were to guess, Tiffany, would it be love or worth?
Probably love.
No, it's not a probably.
Okay. Yeah. Love.
Thank you. Okay. So how long do you want to put somebody outside of you in charge of loving you?
I'd never again from this point on. I don't
How
want
long have you
to.
been doing it?
My whole life,
How many years is that?
45 years.
45 years. How much love did you get doing that?
None.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, what was it like to give up your worth to buy love?
Oh my gosh, did I lose you? Okay, no. Okay. Ask me that again. I'm sorry. I thought I lost you.
What was that like to give up your worth to buy love?
Oh, it's just so sad and pitiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how long do you want somebody else in charge of your of how much love you get, how much worth you get?
I don't want that at all. 0.
Huh. So what you're saying, so here's what I'm hearing you say. You gave up your power so that they would love you.
Yes.
Huh. Has that ever worked?
No.
Wow. So for 45 years you did that and it never worked and you're still doing it,
Yes.
even though it's a little.
Yeah.
Now, can you see that a little is just a measurement that you're still doing it,
Yeah, I
whether it's
can.
2% or 92%? Agreed?
Yeah.
So how
Yes.
long do you want someone else in charge of loving you? And that
No
your
more.
love is based on how much they do love you
I don't
or
want
don't.
that anymore. No more.
Have you had enough of
0.
doing that?
Yes.
So next question, has that ever worked?
No.
And you're still doing it even up until today?
Yes.
Huh. So what's your decision?
I'm ready just to instead feel the light and be in my divinity. And
Yep. Because you have felt your light and you have been in your divinity. Am I correct?
oh yeah.
And
Yep.
how different is that to this here right now when you were feeling that she's going to judge me?
It's completely different. Like Erica was saying last night, like one side is really heavy and one side is really light. Like
Yeah.
it's just like that.
So how clear are you now?
Very, very clear, except I am unclear about one thing.
Oh, you throw it out.
Okay. So, and I only feel this way when I post something and invite them to these calls or to the process.
Time, Tiffany. It does not matter. You are going to either make the decision, I'm going to be 100% responsible for my love, or not.
Okay. Can I ask a
Doesn't
little
matter.
question?
Doesn't matter the application. It doesn't matter who. Doesn't matter any of that. Am I going to be in charge of me loving me? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah,
Am I going to be in charge of valuing me? Yes or no?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, now know this. We're talking about you're already a ball of love,
Right.
and you're already a ball of worth.
Yes.
Okay? So it's not
Yes.
about giving it, it's about becoming aware that that's who you are.
Right.
So there is no growth here. Did you get that?
Yep, I understand.
Okay. So are you a ball of love?
Yes, I am.
Are you a ball of worth, knowing you're
Yes.
divine?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh. And how invincible are you when you know that?
Ineffable.
Yes. And how free are you now that you know
Same.
who you are?
Same. I'm ineffable.
Yeah. And what's that like then? Who?
I mean,
What?
it's the best feeling in the whole world. Like
And you don't want to share that with your friend in case she judges you.
Yeah, I've thought of it that way.
So what's your answer, Tiffany?
Yeah, I will definitely I'll share. Yes, I will share.
Oh, okay, you're
My
still a little bit back and forth.
well, the only question I have is, do I need to qualify them before they come to a transformation? Like, how do we know that they're open and
Let them
honest
qualify.
and surrender? Okay, so just let them. Okay.
Yeah,
No prejudging.
no, because you don't know
Okay.
what the divine has in mind for that person.
Okay. And should I wait for a first experience to be the transformation or just send them straight to these daily calls?
I'm going to tell you what to do. Listen to your
Okay.
intuition.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I already
Okay,
decided that last night. So
there you
one
go.
girl wrote me and said, I want to do this since my botched surgeries. I haven't been me, but I don't think they could help me and blah blah blah. And before I answered her, she wrote last night. I didn't answer her until I was going to today, and she had deleted it. So I
Yep,
was like, oh, but she's the ego, like in the
yeah.
dictionary.
So
Yeah.
remember, everybody needs this, but not everybody's ready.
Right. Okay.
But let them
Awesome.
decide
I'm
that.
so excited.
It's
Yeah.
their decision, not ours.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for that.
You betcha.
No convincing, by the way.
Yeah,
Zero convincing.
Oh
no.
no. Yeah. I am so
Just,
done with convincing.
just
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
share your experience, and they'll either run toward it or run away.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes. I love that.
yeah, totally. Totally. Like I mentioned earlier, I was at a function on the weekend with my wife, and there was about 500 people there. And there was, at any given time, 20 kids around me, just circling me, just looking at me. I tapped them in the head, smiled, like they were all like just, and then there was others that like were, well, I, we're outside and there's people smoking in this function. It was a christening for Rockma's sister, daughter, and Danelda. And I just go up to them, right up to their face, and say, "Put that out. There's kids here." Well, that didn't go over very good, let me tell you. But I never stopped. I never stopped, and being straight with them. And others were pissed off I was doing it, and there was others that were, wow, finally somebody challenging like not letting people smoke around our children. So I don't give a damn what others think. I do what that I'm intuitively called to do. It's that simple. Consequences are irrelevant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you remember Amy yesterday? She would get upset about the husband not doing the dishes and the
Oh, yeah,
kids
yeah.
not eating healthy.
Yeah.
So she said last night after the call, I went upstairs and my husband already did the dishes and was smiling at me with just love and joy. Then my kids woke himself up, came downstairs, started to eat breakfast without me saying anything. And when I dropped him off to school, he turned to me and said, Mom, I decided this morning that I'm going to be happy and have a happy day. So I woke myself up and didn't whine. I literally did nothing. Thank you, Don. And at the same time, I have guilt over how I have been in the past to my family.
Well, you see, first of all, I literally did nothing. That's incredibly wrong. You did everything by being in your divinity. That's what you did. And they picked up the energy instantly and responded accordingly. Did you get that? Okay. And now the ego is going to try to get you out of your light and have you create guilt. What are you guilty about? Tell me what you're guilty about.
Like I will flip every time they didn't
What?
do it. The
What?
I will
Should
flip.
flip. Should
I'll
freak
flip
them out.
every time they don't do things my way.
Okay. So is it necessary for them to do things your way anymore now that you're in your
No,
divinity?
no,
Oh, right. So would you say that this is all washed away by now?
yes,
Congratulations, Amy.
thank you.
I trust you wrote that in a journal somewhere.
I did.
Way
I
to
started
go,
a
girl.
whole new journal book.
What's that?
I started a whole new journal book.
Very good. Yeah.
One I could keep in my pocket.
Ah, very good, Amy. Well done. Isn't this powerful? Like, how powerful is that? Everybody, but especially you, Amy.
Thank you.
No, listen to me. How powerful is that? That you held your light and your husband and your children responded accordingly.
It's magnificent.
Yes, you did that. Not amazing.
Yeah, it was so magical. I'm like, I didn't say anything at all yesterday and even today. And
You
it just,
shouted from the rooftops with your divinity energy. That's what you did. That's how powerful you are.
thank you. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Congrats, Amy.
Yeah, super congrats.
Our buddy Nua's on the call.
Hi, Noah, buddy.
Remember yesterday he said he would share his experience and then he ran away.
We know where you live, bud, so you can't run. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just playing hide and go
Run.
seek with you guys.
You what?
I was
What'd you
just playing hide and go seek with you guys. I'm
Catch that?
joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, can barely hear you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
breaking off. Poor sound. That was beautiful what's been happening, Noah, especially with that beautiful little daughter of yours.
Yeah, congrats, buddy.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Sort of.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay,
So did
let
you
me try to get off
hear what I
my
said?
Bluetooth.
What's that?
Turn
Let
up.
me get off my Bluetooth headset. That's probably why.
Okay, good enough. You go do that. Anyone else? Anything to say? So we can pick on you?
See Janet, she likes to get picked on.
I was actually messaging Amy because she had a question that wasn't answered. She wrote, at the same time, how can I apply this to my finance now that she's mastered the family divinity?
Okay.
Let's go back to
So-
that.
Okay, perfect. So what I want you to do is I want you to see your husband on just kind of like you're putting them up on a wall here so you can see all of them. So see your husband, Amy.
Yeah. Yes.
Now see your children
Mm-hmm.
and see money.
Mm.
Oh, that didn't sound the same.
No. I see
What?
light. It's
What?
so light.
I
Like
can't hear you. Say it again.
with my husband and my kids, they are so light. And then when you mention money, it was like, oh, heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Tell me other descriptions of that.
There's weight
What
to it.
size is
And
it? What?
there's weight to it.
There's weight. How much weight?
Oh, 20% more than my kids and my husband.
20% more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what size is it?
What size?
Yeah.
Like 20% smaller
20% smaller than what?
than my husband and my kids.
The weight?
Yeah, the size.
Okay, the size. And
Yes.
what's the color, the colors?
I
What's
see
the
the
color?
actual,
So wait now. What's the color in your picture of your husband? What's the color of the picture of your kids? What's the color of money?
my husband's pink, my kids are purple,
Yeah.
and the money is green and bluish.
Okay. And how close is your husband?
Relatively close.
Like what? 3
Arms
feet?
away. Arms away.
Arms away. Okay. And your
Yeah.
children?
Same thing.
Okay. And money?
3 feet away.
3 feet. Okay. So, and what happens to the money when you reach out to get it?
It stays 3 feet away. Oh my God.
So it doesn't matter how much you chase it, it's still going to be 3 feet away.
Yes.
Congratulations. Yeah.
That's creative.
Yeah, that's pretty creative. Yeah. But when you reach out to your husband, what happens distance-wise?
They come close 1 foot,
Okay, yeah.
and my kids 2 foot closer.
Oh, so there's a different level of love between your husband and your children.
Well, my kids are hyper.
No, no. We're not looking at reasons just yet. We're looking at coding. That's all.
Yes, there's a different level.
Different level. Huh. Yeah. And is there any other distinction between the 3 of them?
The 3 of them.
Yeah, in other words, husband, children, money.
My husband is really tall. My kids are same height.
My husband is really what?
Tall.
What's the
Tall.
word?
High.
Tall. High,
Yeah.
tall. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And my kids are same height as me.
Yeah.
And the money is small but heavy as a rock.
Huh, wow. So let me see. Money is as heavy as a rock.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yes.
And it's 3 feet away, and it stays 3 feet away no matter how close you got to picking it up.
Yes.
What's the chances of you getting rich using that strategy?
3 feet away.
Yeah. So, and just so each of you know, these 3 states is what I extract in an athlete. I extract the coding of their worst game, their average game, and their very best game. And when I show they're dramatically different. Okay. And so that's the difference between the negative beliefs you have about something, the positive beliefs you have about something, and the true knowing. So anyway, how long do you want to have issues with money?
No more.
Are you
Done.
sure?
Yes. Yes.
So what are you afraid would happen if you, what if you like fully embraced a big basket full of money, like a truckload?
It's scary and worry.
Yeah, what's scary about it?
I don't know what to do with it. And that my husband might just take the whole thing and leave or like do crazy things.
Oh, see. So it's best not to have it at all.
Well, have some, but
Or how are you going to get it if it's 3 feet away?
good question.
So can you see by the coding how you will constantly have the money issues around that? Can you see that?
Yes.
How clear is it?
So what I see is that I haven't thought of what to do with money.
Okay. Is that it? Is that why you chase it away? Because you haven't thought of it?
And that my husband might leave me.
Yes. So here
And
you have.
he leave me, but he'll leave who he is.
We'll stay with leaving.
Okay.
Not accidents, these words.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is, if I have a lot of money, my husband will abandon me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, or I will abandon him.
And what?
Or I will abandon him.
Right. Huh. So you don't want to lose your independence.
Say that again?
So you don't want to lose your independence.
That means I'm depending on him or I'm independent myself.
Well, if you're independent, you're not depending on anyone.
Yes.
And so this way you can keep being dependent on your husband.
No, I don't want to lose my independence.
Oh, right. So how much independence do you lose by not allowing yourself to have money?
All the time.
Oh, okay. And is it your husband that's keeping the money 3 feet away, or is that you?
He's the money keeper.
Oh, he's the money keeper. So if you brought it close, he's going to take it.
Yes.
He's going to, uh-huh. So how come you have it set up that way?
I'm bad with math.
Oh,
And
I see. You don't have a calculator.
Not internally.
What?
Not internally.
So can you see all of these issues that you are creating internally?
Yes.
Okay. And so how long do you want to like do this?
No time. I'm so done with it.
Are you
so done.
sure?
Yes.
Okay. So how would you like the money thing to be? So first of all,
Like,
just one sec. What happened to your husband overnight by you doing what you did?
he was It was amazing. I went upstairs, the dish is already done, and he was smiling at me. And usually when I go upstairs, you go
Yep,
down, and I was
yep,
like, why,
yeah, yeah,
why are
that's
you
right.
going?
Now, what happened to your children overnight?
He literally came downstairs and then eat
No,
breakfast
no,
with
no,
which
listen. What happened to your children overnight?
they're happy.
Huh? And they both did that by you changing your energy field into your
Yes.
divinity.
Yes.
What's the chances of you experimenting with money around this and seeing what actually happens?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Like, did you know that that's what your husband was going to do? Did you know that's what your two kids were going to do by you being in your light?
Nope.
Nope.
That was a very amazing, magical experience.
And no, miraculous experience.
Miraculous, yes.
Because you in your divinity are a miracle.
Mm.
And you create miracles. And those
Yeah.
two experiences last night were miracles created by you and responded by your husband and your children. And money will respond the same way. But you've got all of this stuff tied up in the old programming with your husband being in charge and all of those things. So the first thing is you to be in your light and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because look what happened last night with your husband and your children by you being in your light.
Yeah.
What's the chances of you experimenting with the money piece and see what happens?
Yes.
But not go into the past of your all your old programmings, but into the present and future of you being in your divinity.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Everything is possible. I could see that rock turn into a fluffy pillow.
Wonderful.
For a hug.
You let us know how that goes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Way to go, Amy. Yeah, you don't deal with symptoms, do you?
Nope.
I still recall showing up to you, imagining hey Don, can you deal with narcissism? But what about alcoholism? I'm a weed addict. Can you deal with that? Actually, I wasn't even aware of all that stuff, but it just dissipated after me being in my light, because all of those were just unhealthy symptoms.
Yeah.
So
don't
need to apply this to anything specific.
No, there's no specific application. It's like I've got needs, they're love and belonging, they're worth, they are being in our power with our divine source and our freedom. Okay? And our job is to be in those states. And what are your thoughts on billionaires?
Billionaire, there's something more to that.
Using astrology.
Wow.
Billionaires using astrology.
Well, you know, I just work with a person. If you sent me a billionaire and they're working with astrology, I don't get into that at all. It's like
you didn't put that in the questionnaire. You're working with astrology.
Because everything changes, just like Amy, everything changed in her family last night by her being in her divinity. Her husband changed automatically, did the very thing that she always wanted, and her children did the same, the very thing that you always wanted them to do. And all you did was be in your divinity. Simple as that. You didn't need coaching. You didn't need to learn lessons. You didn't need to do any of that, shifting beliefs, none of it. You were in your light and did that. So, you know, what a billionaire does with astrology or whatever. Yes, there's some things that's going on right now that could cause some great difficulty for humanity. But I'm not paying any attention to that. I'm paying attention to what Jamie and I are doing. That's what I'm paying attention to. You know, there was a guy that was really, really, really dark. He had already created some mass negativity on the planet, like mass murders and everything. And he was going after even a larger scale. And at first, it's like, you effer, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to take you down. And I go, oh, Don, nope, nope, it's not how you're doing it. No, got it. I'm going to raise my light. And I was introduced to Supreme Godhead. That's what I was introduced to right off the bat. And there's a big difference between a no moon night and a full and the sun. Okay, there's a whole difference between no doors or windows in a room to everything is glass. So it's like we just turn on the light. That's what we're doing. And all these numbers mean is it's a brighter and brighter and brighter light. And kids see it. Like I was even surprised. I was surprised the other night when I'm sitting on this couch here in this room, and this cat gets up and sits on my lap and then purring away, gets down off my lap, walks over into a room, picks up a little kitten that turns out to be a week young, and comes out and puts it on my lap. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Us being in our light. And kids can see it. There's no filters. They're not questioning. You know, like I mentioned before, when Jamie and I were in Dubai, and I used to go to the Dubai Mall, the largest mall in the world. And I'd get dressed up and I would walk from one end to the other and back and forth this way and that. You can get lost there really easy. It's that big. And people coming and you know, like whole families coming and ask, who are you? Where are you from? Like they don't know what it is, but they're very, very curious. And everybody wanting their picture taken with me. And that's the light. That's what we're doing. So if I can have a light that's 52,000 instead of 1,000 to eliminate darkness, I'm going to do that. You're damn right I'm going to do that. I'm going to do everything I possibly can for that. And so is Jamie. Okay? So you're welcome to come on that ride with us. So the billionaire and the astrology, I don't pay any attention to it.
Can you clarify what you're asking, Janet? Like, are you saying they're using astrology to make money, or what did you mean?
Yeah, I guess they're using astrology to make money, comparing it to, I get, because Dawn, if you're in your divinity, money just comes to you. And then, I don't know, I was just asking.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you certainly don't need any astrology guidance when you're tapped into your intuition. That's
Yeah.
like I used to be into astrology and numerology, and to me, looking back, it was all just external stuff that, maybe there's some positive belief to it, but it's nothing like the intuitive knowingness that we have when we're in our divinity.
yeah, no comparison.
We're just giving our power away to those things. It's like, okay, well, if my astrology says that it's going to be a good day, then it's going to be a good day. Instead of, knowing what to do and follow and create and follow that guidance.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is it better to do the divinity on certain moon days then?
Well, why don't you try that in different days to find out how different it is and to see how much brighter your light is and how you've got it to be that much brighter.
Okay. That's why we journal.
Exactly, Janet. Well done. Well said. Okay. Yes, for sure.
You can keep us posted on that experiment.
Yeah.
Do it on a Mercury retrograde just to see if you still
Yes.
get it.
So yes, what's that?
That's Gilbert laughing. Gilbert, you got something to say about it? It's been a couple days. Or we
I'm enjoying this ego spiritual telenovela, bro. But I could totally the manifestations are getting pretty intense. I can share something really quick. So I had a dream last night that I was in two parties. I went from one room to another room. It was like, I don't know, something massive, like I don't know, like Las Vegas kind of deal. And then I woke up in the morning and I was invited out to like 3 events this weekend. I'm like, wow, the manifestations are happening fast from the dream to this to the within like I think today was like 12 hours from the dream to manifesting it. It's kind of intense. I'm still trying to like digest. The light is intense and beautiful, and I'm just grateful. That's all I can say right now. That is
Awesome.
awesome.
Well done. Congrats.
Way to go,
Good
man.
at you.
Okay.
Nua said his Bluetooth is working or not working, or he's good now. So
Okay. I have a question for you, Newa. Well, it's not a question, it's a statement. It's absolutely awesome what's happening with your beautiful little daughter. I think she's 3. Not sure. But it's so precious what's happening for her. Super congrats, Noah. Be holding your light and that little one picking it up. So
yeah, that's
way to
huge.
go, bud.
Thank you so much. It's just amazing. Because number one, like you said, and I wasn't expecting this. I only told her once. She's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing my divine focus. That's it. And then she saw the way I interacted. Oh, she is right here. Once again, coming to join me in everything now. And watch. Tale, how do you do your divine focus? Show it. Let me see. Yeah. And she said,
and what do you say?
and what do you say, Tale? Remember? What do you say when you do your divine focus? I am. Remember? Yeah, there you go. I only showed that to her once. And then every day I would just say that to her once, and she would immediately go right to it. And she's only 2 years old.
2 years
And
young.
I was like, wow. 2 years, sorry. Oh my gosh. 2 years young. Yes. 2
Don't you
years
dare call
beautifully.
her old. Look at her. Look at she's
Never.
2. You're calling her old. Like seriously.
I know. 2 years young.
When you get to be 113, you can use old.
Okay. And so it's just been amazing. This whole process, blessing my whole family. Like literally just seeing it all unfold right before my eyes is just, sometimes you just got to pinch yourself and be like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? I shared with Don that on Monday I had one of the most beautiful days in a long time with just everyone in my family. And what I realized was I was talking to my wife and I said, look, when I'm in my divinity, everyone in our family seems to be in it. Like it's like it's ineffable, man. I don't even know how to put it into words. It's just like when I came back from Divinity Mountain and Jamie pulled me up to say, hey, how'd you feel? And I couldn't even say anything. I was just like processing everything, but it was so overwhelmingly positive. But now that it's been so February 25th will be the 1 month anniversary of when I did it. And just at this short amount of time, I've seen a lifetime of changes, lifetime of changes. And I'm so excited for what the future holds, and it's been a long time since I felt, I don't remember. I think this back when I was 9 was probably the last time I felt this kind of love and peace and happiness. And
Can I take the liberty to share something about at 9, just for everybody? Is that okay?
oh yeah, that's fine.
So Nua, when he was 9, his mom died. And in his journal, in his what do you call him on the sheet?
Questionnaire.
The questionnaire, his first sentence was, my mom died when I was 9. And all of the other questions or statements he made in the questionnaire were associated to that one sentence. I could have been finished in 10 minutes, but I let him, I just kept connecting everything, all of his worth and his being trapped and his each of the needs. And I did that so he could connect. But I literally knew in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, what had happened and what needed to get done. And so when we got to that, it was all there. It was right there, boom, and everything shifted. And so pretty amazing. And
the great thing about that was I didn't really tell Dom that much, but yet when he was talking to me, it felt like he knew me my whole life. I mean, it was amazing. He just asked the general question. The questionnaire is very just kind of basic, but just off that simple questionnaire, the way he was talking to me, the way he was answering my questions, it was like he knew me since I was a baby. And I was like in awe because I knew I had issues with my mom dying when I was 9. But I didn't know what the issue was. I didn't know why I had a hard time, with doing the things that I was doing. I was thinking and had good intentions, but I was doing other things that wasn't matching up. And the minute Don said, "No, your heart, when your mom died, you hardened your heart." And it's almost like all the light in the world, like turned on. Like, that's it. Now now you can open your heart to the people you love the most, which is my wife and kids. And now you can show them who you always were. And ever since then, man, I almost like break down into tears because it's been it's been night and day. Like I told Don today, I said, Don, you helped me save my marriage. I mean, that's how powerful this is. 23 years. And almost hung it up. But Don helped me realize the changes I needed to make. Yeah, helped me realize the answers I was looking for. so that I can make the necessary changes. And being in my
Well, they're not
divinity,
changes, it's a transformation, and the changes happen automatically.
yes, yes,
Using the proper language and description of what happened.
yes. Thanks for that, because you learn the proper language. It's um, and so for anyone, man, everyone in this world needs this. You know, and I had a great conversation with uh, a business guy yesterday, and I was just glowing. He was like, "Dude, you're glowing like something's." And I shared with him. I wasn't planning on sharing this because we're talking business, but I shared with him, and instantly he was like, "I need to set up another appointment with you because I want to know more about this. I am divinity, whatever it is you're doing." He said smoking, but I said I don't smoke. But he's like, "Whatever it is you're doing, I want some of that." You know, and so he was so excited. He's like, "When can we talk next?" And I was like, you know, probably in a couple of days. And he's like, all right, cool. But make sure you stick to that, whatever appointment is. And I want to hear more about this. Like, there's something different. And it just was confirmation for me. Like, man, see, people that don't even talk to as much are noticing the huge difference. You know, when there's light or whatever there, he's just gravitating toward it. So full of gratitude to you, Don and Jamie, the whole Divinity team.
Awesome, Noah. Thank you, Bud, for sharing.
Way to go, man.
Yeah.
Gilbert says you are glowing, Noah, and I agree. Yeah,
Totally.
big time.
Yeah. Anyone else have any questions, comments, queries?
Queries. Went to the quarry. Block of marble.
Yeah. So this is not growth. You're not growing. I'm either in my divinity, this beautiful ball of light, or I'm not.
Yeah, been on both sides for sure.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, the key about it too is, you know, I do it before I even, as soon as I wake up, or even go to the bathroom or anything, I do it. I start immediately. I suppose I could share something.
It's just us here, bud.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been working on unraveling, which is God. Like, what is God? Who is God? Where is God? What's it look like? All of that God energy. It's like, isn't this interesting? And it's like, wow. Now, where Jamie and I are, there's a forest all around us. And we're away from all the traffic noise and whatever. And I sleep outside. I sleep outside. And so I'm under the stairs, and I can move my bed that's on rollers underneath if it starts raining. And so it's like, oh, God's in the wind. Oh, God's in that leaf right there. Oh, that flock of birds, that there was 20 birds and they just went, and they all went in unison. And that's God and the sun. And then what was interesting, I looked at, okay, so at night, the sky was just full of stars. That's God. And then in the morning, it's like, well, where'd they all go? Well, they didn't go anywhere. They didn't go anywhere. They're still there. And it's kind of like, yeah, can I see God? Can I not? Is it still there if they can't see it? All of that. And it's like, oh, what is this God energy? How big is it? Where is it? And it's not limited to someone that died on a cross 2,000 years ago.
Blasphemy.
And so it's like right here, right now, in each of us, all around, in our breath, in the air, in our everything. And when we recognize that, and yeah, there's something pretty intensely amazing about that. And so it's very exciting for me to just see and hear and feel and resonate with this energy, and it's like, yeah, like oh my, yeah, and that's who we are. That's who we are. So
Paul's got a question. My wife asks, is wanting attention a need or is it the ego?
fully the ego, but it is a need that you don't know how to meet, which is your worth. Or no, sorry, retreat, retrieve, take it back. My question to you, Paul, is if you're able to get that attention you're looking for, what would that give you a sense of?
Or your wife?
Yeah.
Oh,
Speak.
or your wife, sorry.
Hi, here's my wife Donna. She'll speak. Go ahead.
Perfect.
I put the
name.
Donna.
What?
Donna?
Donna. Okay.
Is that two
Donna.
N's?
Yes.
Okay, so you got one letter more than me. Okay, that's it. I'm DONN. Okay.
Can I answer the video? The video on our computer is not working. Otherwise, I'd have us up. My apologies.
That's okay. So what are you
Can I-
asking?
Well,
You were
is
asking
what
her what she get a sense of.
I'm always avoiding attention, and I'm wondering, is it because I really want it? Or is it an ego thing?
No,
I just-
never mind either one of them. I'm going to ask you one simple question.
Mm-hmm.
What would that give you a sense of if you got it, that attention?
That I was important. I was
Thank
of
you.
value.
There, that's the power piece, okay? So
Mhm.
how long, Donna,
Mhm.
do you want other people being in charge of how important and then how valuable you are? I can't
Wow.
hear you.
Well, I think it's been a long time I've wanted that.
No, I'm not asking about time. I'm asking a question. How long do you want other people to be the one measuring your worth?
Not long.
How long?
Not long.
Well, how much is not long? Like, is that a half a second or 116 lifetimes?
Oh my God, 115 lifetimes. No,
You're taking too
I'd
much
like
time
to
to
be
answer a
over.
simple question.
I don't want it. I don't
You
want
don't
it
want
anymore.
You don't
I
want
don't
what?
want it.
No,
I
you
don't
didn't
want-
answer the question.
Yeah.
What is
Could
it
you
you're
ask it?
wanting?
She
What
doesn't
is
want
it
to do it
you're
any
wanting?
longer.
To
Said she
be
doesn't want to do
loved.
it. You know,
I just want to be loved.
Oh, you just want to be loved. Okay, so you have to decide whether you're going to do love or attention or worth.
Love.
Okay. Well, guess what? Can you just eat all the time and never drink, or just drink all the time and never eat?
No.
You need both.
Yeah.
Well, you need both worth and love,
Oh.
but you're making a trade-off. Okay. It doesn't matter what the need is. It's like is wanting attention a need, or is it the ego? It is a need that you don't know how to meet properly, and it is the ego doing that, because in your divinity, you are divine. How much worth is somebody that's divine? How much worth are they?
Very valuable.
How valuable, Donna?
100%.
Yes. So would they need anything from somebody?
No.
Wonderful. When do you want to be in charge of your own? By being in your light.
Right now.
Wonderful. Perfect timing. Well done, Donna. So are you ready to take back that responsibility from others about measuring your worth and just seeing that you are divine and there is no need to measure it?
Yes.
Correct.
Way to go, Donna.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. That's been bothering me a long time. Thank you.
Yeah, your whole life, my dear.
Yes, all of it.
Yeah, every bit of it. Yeah, so congratulations on how simple that was.
I didn't, yes, very simple.
Yeah, yeah, you better go, girl. Yeah.
Another one bites the light. Next caller. Gilbert. Those are fun.
Yeah. So I trust that you're having some wonderful awakenings and awarenesses.
Connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots of who you truly are rather than the beliefs, both negative and positive, of who you think you are.
Yeah, who you're not.
Yes, I'm beaming. Thank you.
You are well, congratulations.
Okay.
Way to go, girl.
I thank you too, Don. This is Paul.
You're welcome, bud. You're welcome. Yeah, yeah. So it's like unraveling the ego.
Yes.
Yeah, that love worth, huh?
Yeah, that love worth.
One word.
Yeah, love worth.
Trademark.
Yeah.
We could have swapped IAMDIVINITY for love worth.
Awesome, Donna.
Yeah, that whole eating when you're thirsty and drinking water when you're hungry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Trading the worth for the love and the love for the
Oh,
worth.
listen, Donna, you have a kitchen?
Right now I have a little kitchenette. Yes.
Yeah. And does it have a sink?
Yes.
And it has a water spout?
Yes.
And you have a strainer?
Yes.
Okay. So the next time you're in the kitchen, I want you to see if you can get a drink of water with your strainer.
Oh, okay, nice try. I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's what you've been doing with your needs.
Wow.
Trying to get your needs met in a strainer. Giving other people the responsibility to give you worth and love. And everybody else on the call.
Yeah, guilty.
Wow. I feel like as if I'm radiating with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was doing it.
That's okay. And don't you dare for even a 10th of a second blame yourself or be hard on yourself because you did up until now. Don't even bother going there or anybody on this call. Do you hear me?
Yes.
So the next time, see how much water you can get with a strainer.
Okay,
I
we'll
use duct tape.
do.
What?
I won't do that. Right, but I won't now.
I figured out if you use duct tape on the strainer, you get a day or two of water. So
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, metaphorically, he did that. Okay, he did that. Trying to hold on to his narcissism.
yeah,
Yeah.
it worked for a day or two.
God.
Well, God bless you
God.
both and thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, Janet.
That's Donna. Oh, and by
Yeah,
Janet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
Okay, till
great,
later. Bye-bye.
great, Donna, for volunteering. Appreciate it. And Paul.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congrats to you both.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
10 minutes.
yeah, good enough for one day.
Yeah.
Let's throw on the partner video. So for those of you that are excited about helping us expand this vision of raising humanity's consciousness, we got a little video to end the call with. And then we'll do an onboarding for those of you that need help getting in the system. Will is here, happy to support.
I'd sure like for you to share.
Hi there, my name's Jamie Devine. Welcome to I Am Divinity. I'm super excited for you to embark on this journey. Just congratulations for even finding I Am Divinity. My journey has been over 16 years of personal development, spiritual programs, multiple religions. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 13. I never had a regular job. And so going through all of that, showing up to Don Smith 4 years ago to take his instant and permanent transformation, first of all, sounded a little hard to believe because I had done so much work and I still had all my shit. I was still an alcoholic, a weed addict, a narcissist. My financial gains in business and investing would shoot up and then cut right down and start over, shoot up, cut right down, and I could never hold my, my success. Going through his program, it was about 2 hours. All of my toxic patterns and programs were completely gone. Literally just gone in a second. And I can't even describe how liberating that moment was for me. But right after that, I told Don, I said, I don't want to do any of the business that I'm currently doing. I woke up to my purpose for coming to the planet when Don told me his vision of raising humanity's consciousness to the level of 700 on the scale, enlightenment, which was the cause of all causes. The level of consciousness is the cause of all of our individual and collective problems on the planet. And so to finally have that solution, experiencing that solution for myself, I just wanted to tell everyone and anyone that would listen. And of course, with all my entrepreneur background and my skills in marketing, I made an agreement with Don so that I could just, literally my job would be to hold my light and share my light with others and bring them to the process and actually get compensated for it. And so I'm super excited to announce that we've now created this entire system for you too. Now imagine that, being able to go through this instant and permanent transformation for yourself, be liberated of all your toxic patterns and programs, literally within a couple hours. And then on top of that, being able to have all your financial fuel and energy and livelihood come from this divine system. And so there's a few pieces to it. Number one, we have an affiliate partnership program. So you're a partner. Your job is to hold your light, share your light, and anyone that's attracted to it, bring them to the program, and we pay out 30% of all the financial part of the system to you. That's the first part. The second part is my experience in the financial realm took me into Forex and crypto over the last 10 years. And I've been through all the roller coaster rides, all the ups and downs, all the scams and schemes. And we landed on just a couple people that were actually full of integrity, that have actually gone through the divinity process, and that are like nothing else. So our Forex fund is ran by an institutional trader. And if you've ever done anything in the financial realm in Forex, 99% of the retail space, the average everyday person, it's a scam. It's a scheme. You're going to lose your money. Maybe you're one of the few that got in early and took the money from the others, but eventually it collapses. I've seen them come and go over the years. But this institutional trader, he has 7 years of experience, and we have his entire track record of his strategy. He has an algorithm. He spent over $20 million in development up to this point. And so even with all that being said, there's still no guarantees. Of course, when it comes to investing, please only risk what you can afford. But we found something that's more solid than I've ever experienced, and it's where our personal funds are. And so you'll have access to that as well. His team has produced over the last 7 years on average 50 to 60% per year on the funds. And you don't have to do anything. You open up the brokerage account, our team will help you do that, and you park your funds there like you would a bank account, and his algorithm trades on all of the accounts. And so we can expect a 50 to 60% if it's anything like the previous average. But again, all the past performance never guarantees anything in the future. Just please be mindful of that. And then the last piece is our crypto fund. Now the crypto fund is very time sensitive. So a good friend of mine, Josh, who's handling the crypto fund, he's become an expert at this stuff. That's all he does every day. He goes and researches the top legitimate projects in crypto. To give you an example, in 2021, which was the last crypto bull run, Josh on his personal portfolio did over 8,000% that year, 8,600 to be exact. And so this was a kid that was 21 at the time and had his life savings in crypto and became a millionaire over that year of investing. And so just this last year, Josh told me, hey, I'm gonna do what I did last bull run, but I'm gonna open it to a few friends and family. I said, Josh, no problem, I trust you. I sent him the funds for myself, and then I said, Josh, I wanna open this up to our entire community. He said, well, I don't know if legally that's a little tough. I said, don't worry, I'll work on that. And we created Divine Markets, which is a legal entity to be able to facilitate this, both the Forex fund and the crypto fund. And so we overcame that, and Josh is exclusively handling all the crypto for our community. And his target for the next year is 1,000%, about a 10x on the funds. And again, there's absolutely no guarantees. Please only risk what you can afford to risk. And so that's it. That's the overview. It's pretty simple. You got the affiliate partnership program, which again is just going to share the financial part with you so that you can actually create a network and an income for yourself while holding your light and sharing your light. Which, by the way, going through this process, we wouldn't be able to pay you to not tell people about it, because you're just going to be radiating and people are going to be attracted to you. And so we just wanted to create a system where we're all partners in this to reach that goal of 114 superheroes of light that are holding this and shifting humanity's consciousness. And so I welcome you to be a part of that vision and mission and part of our team. And I'm excited for you to go through your process. By the way, all of this financial part is only exclusively available to those of you that have gone through the process and committed to that. So it's not going to be available to anyone else. So what a bonus, what a reward for accessing your light and holding it, that you get access to an institutional trading fund that you wouldn't be able to get access to unless you had $250,000 and you accredited investor and all those things that the institutions look for. So we created a bridge for you on that. And the crypto fund, unless you know someone like Josh, and even if you did, it's not cheap or easy to get involved with those things. But we've made it easy for those of you that go through this process. It's a $500 minimum on the Forex fund, $500 minimum on the crypto fund. So that's it. I'm excited for you, and we'll see you on the other side. That was interesting. You're still. We're on, yeah. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Thanks for the chat. All right, well, those of you that haven't been scared away yet, Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, certainly appreciate you being on the call.
Was this with Tiffany? I already sent messages to the 2 people interested in my post, and I did so full of love in my heart instead of fear of being judged. It feels so freeing.
Way to go, Tiffany.
Go, girl. Awesome.
Yeah. That's it. There's no fear in this system.
Is it?
No insecurities. Those are all, yeah. So,
As I said, people are going to be drawn to you because you'll be radiating. I just forgot to add the part that people are also going to be terrified of you and run away.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
just so you know, fair
yeah,
warning,
just,
disclaimer.
yeah, totally. Yeah, it is. It's both sides of the coin.
Well, Sam was just, I was telling Sam, you know, we were talking back and forth about the love piece that I shared with him from the movie, like the rather be hated for who I am than love for who I'm not. And that's really what it is. It's just the reason those people hate you is because they're living in their illusion. They knew you as you were living in your illusion. So they liked the fake version of you, and they want permission to continue being the fake version themselves.
And they're pissed off when you change
Put
it.
a spotlight on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it doesn't give them permission to be fake anymore in that program. So they'll either run away from you or they'll be like, holy shit, man, how do I get that? Because I don't know how to get there, but I'm inspired.
Yeah. And it is amazing, and most of you on the call probably already know. Like people making these comments. They're commenting on like people ask me, like, well, first of all, many ask me, what age are you? So I don't do age. No. What age are you? I don't do age. And like they're trying to figure out what age I am. And they're as low as age 42, guessing my age. And many are saying, wow, you're younger than I just saw you the other day. And that's those side effects of being in this divine light, which is awesome. And so
I remember when I was first sharing it, that blasted out to all my Facebook, and I was doing videos of just how amazing I felt, like, and talking about the ineffable, and just like, and our buddy Adam, remember Adam?
yeah,
Hard to forget. He when he flew in from Cabo, he was in Texas at the time, flew in to Cabo, Mexico to work with Don. Don asked him like what got him interested, and he said, well, it was just seeing how genuinely like joyful Jamie was. And I just thought, like, man, I want that. Like, he just saw how happy I was. He knew me from before, and he just knew it was totally night and day different. And then when he flew back to Texas, because his wife didn't come with him, they were in the car together, and Adam just out of nowhere just, oh man, I feel so freaking good. And his wife now?
no, well,
Fiance for sure.
yeah, finals.
Fiance was sitting next to him, having the opposite experience. She hadn't done the program, and she was, you know, feeling sorry for herself and how much not feeling good. And she said that was enough for her. Like, she looked at Adam, he said that, and she was like, man, get this Don guy on the phone, because I want to feel that good too.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's how it happens. So anyway, you're a walking billboard.
Yes.
So thanks very much for joining us. It's really fun to interact with you. Very much so.
We put the onboarding link there if anyone needs help getting in the system. And Sam is finishing off the last final pieces for the whole affiliate system for everyone to have funnels, and he's going to do a training for all of you that are wanting to be partners and help us market and all that. So that's really exciting. Should be any day, but like literally today or tomorrow. And the onboarding call is in the chat there.
And the effort that you will be required of you is be in your light.
Yeah.
That's the effort.
Yeah, because if you're not total disconnect, you could do all the efforting you want, but it's not gonna work.
It's not your traditional marketing strategy.
Yeah, no.
No. It's just like somebody says, what happened to you? Or like Adam, you know, just notice. So that's it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
There's no selling to it.
Zero convincing.
Yeah.
Don't even try it.
Yeah. They're either gonna run from you or run towards you. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, same time.